Your 40th passed without much fanfare, azizam. A handful of people, perhaps, remembered you, each in their own way. This 29th fell on a Saturday, same as in 2000. I was in Toronto for Gurush's first concert, and you nursing a cold in your own town. We almost could have met in Toronto, you and Baba, except you stayed in New York because your grandparents had come from Europe for your birthday. Hadn't you seen them enough already? At least you got a nice present, German, not Italian, and not quite your color. It was okay that Toronto didn't happen. Hey, I even thought of crashing your party. We got to know each other better, much better, in the ensuing weeks. A month later, I flew to Iran, and in 2 short weeks' time, we were to meet. Oh, how magnificent respect of that first meeting that we both wanted to happen. You had started your chemo, had a fainting episode, struggled with yourself overseeing me. You knew by this time that you loved me, and maybe even fallen in love with me. Still, it was going to happen. Then everything fell apart. On the 15th, on the very day I flew back to the States, you had a heart attack and very nearly died. What torturous 4 days I spent till I next heard from you. Your trembling, weak voice from the ambulance. And it seems, now in hindsight, there and then the struggle began again, and your old demon flared. Should I or should I not see him? And you bid for time, with every call and every email, and every failed test result, and every sorry news, and every deeper emotion, and every I love you, and azizam, and duset daram. You bid for time, and I, all too generous to give you, give us more time. For I knew that eventually when we meet, it will all have been well worth it. Only I miscalculated, and instead another eventuality took hold, a sad, sorry one, taking the anguish of those 3 months of bidding and selling time to the hilt. A hefty, hefty price was left me, Sarah, and I was already nearly broke before your family started to bid for more time. You and I were lost forever that has little meaning. But I died in pieces, skinned and skewered, for not ever having seen you, nor ever getting any closer to a semblance of you. The thirst, which if you ever saw me from up there, you knew so well. This was supposed to be about you and your birthday. Hello world, I'm going to be 34. Well, you'll live to eternity in my heart, Ishkan. Be that another year or 20. We'll always have our 6 months. We'll have our laughs, our little anecdotes, our long chats, our intimate conversations, pillow talk I think you called it once, our jokes, the telegram, a certain Queenie who still eludes me by the way, our sadness, our cries, our dreams deferred, hope, laughter, and all the goodness one feels for another, which I felt from you and hope you felt from me. And we'll have poetry, Ishkan, all the little gems that we shared, and all the ones that you never saw or heard, for they were born of your passing and of my grief and thirst. I love you, Ishkan, always.